Yo, imagine being a brand new father, looking down at your brand new baby, that bundle of joy, feeling all the joy of this life-changing event. Then all of a sudden, being hit with this new reality. Oh, shoot. I'm responsible for this little precious baby. Then looking over at her mom and saying, oh, wait, I've got to be responsible for both of them. That's when it all sinks in. I got to grow up fast. All of a sudden, the joy of being a brand new father is replaced with fear of the unknown. The price of formula, diapers, rent, college, it's all starting to feel overwhelming. And the career you got right now, it's making the financial side of things look insurmountable. Well, that's what today's guest was facing. I'm Coach Dre, the career coach from Cut the Tech. And on today's episode of Paid Not Played, I'm sitting down with my man Jerrin Ball, a new father who turned panic into purpose. And in 12 weeks, he doubled his income and put himself on a six-figure career path. So listen in as we explain exactly how he did it. Let's get to the content.
Don't play me, pay me. Cut the Tech.
What up? Welcome to another episode of Paid Not Played. I am your man, Coach Dre, and I'm only here to be the one who asks questions of who the real superstar is for the day. So today we got somebody here, man, who I worked with directly a couple months ago. We first met and helped him to transition into the role he's in now, you know, and upgrading his career. And so I just want to allow him to be able to share his story because it's super impactful. So y'all give a good CTT Cut the Tech family. Welcome to my man, Jerrin Ball. What up, JB? What's good, man?
Not much. Thank you for having me.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Big smile, fresh cut. My man ready.
Yeah, man. Everything moving fast too. So you know what I'm saying? I feel good. Life changing in a good direction, man. Everything great right now.
Dope. Well, let's get into it, man. I wanna kind of let the people get to know the guy I got to know over the last couple of months. Like Jerrin, I call him JB. For those of y'all that keep at, if y'all hear me say JB, that's his name to me. Okay. All right. So tell me, JB, what were you doing before you decided to make this career pivot?
Yep. So before this, I was in the healthcare field. I essentially was a call agent. Just scheduling patients. Just on the day-to-day, just getting patients scheduled or like helping with records and things like that. So I was just a high volume call agent, and then the course careers opportunity came across, and I seemed like something I could get into, and then I just leapt right into it.
Dope. How'd you find it?
I found it through TikTok. So somebody was promoted on their TikTok. I ended up going into it, taking the little 3-section test beforehand.
Free intro.
The intro course, and dove right into it.
Dope. So you were doing your job in the medical field, but something about that TikTok caught your attention. Like, what was it? What was it? Where were you at that point in time? And what was the message from that TikTok that got you intrigued?
Yeah, so me, just on a deep personal level, I just had my daughter. So, life is just like the last year that had been like a major change for me overall. Like taking on my daughter, dealing with work that wasn't really like fulfilling to me, but just getting up grinding every day. Side hustling too, doing DoorDash and Instacarting. So seeing what tech sales could get you into, specifically how, the time freedom, working remotely, the income, of course, was something that was major. So just seeing that and seeing my position I was in, I knew I had to make a change. And that seemed something like feasible that I could do. Cause I, with the role, just talking to people, getting connected, just doing outreach, like that stuff I could see myself doing and, getting the grasp of, and it spoke right to that.
Dope. Now I know when I first met you, you a lot more laid back. You smiling. When I first met you, the first time that me and you met, I could see the stress that was on you at that point in time. Like, talk about that. Let's talk about where you were at that point.
Yeah, it was really tough. Anybody who has kids know, parents, especially me personally, coming from just being the only child, not having a lot of family. And to be honest, things moved kind of faster. It was just two people I was dealing with because my daughter's mother, my girlfriend, like we together, like we figuring out life as well. And it's just, I went from just worrying about me to worrying about two other people before I can think about myself. Yeah, but like just like life was just a whole lot different for me, and my income, like everybody see like our economy, how it's going right now. It's tough on a lot of people, and dealing with that and not really like, I didn't finish college, so I didn't have a degree to fall back on, something that I was like really just like concrete that could catapult me and like help us live more comfortably. So yeah, that's what my mindset was at that point in time when we first met.
Yep. So at the time that we first met, you hadn't joined Course Careers yet, right? You were still kind of thinking about it.
Yeah.
And so I remember having a conversation with you about your why. And the reason why I bring it up is because it was one of the most impactful one-on-ones I've had with somebody in that position. And so do you want to kind of share what it was that you said was your why at the time? Because there was that conversation took a really, it was kind of dope how that conversation went about.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of hear that from you.
Okay. Yeah. So when we like, it's something that gets asked a lot when people are trying something new or doing something. So you just like asking like, why do I want to do this? And all I could think of was just, I'm doing this for my daughter. And as we spoke about that, you're like, well, why are you trying to do it for your daughter? And when we kept diving deeper into like why I'm trying to do it for my daughter, like why I'm trying to like feel like I got to make ends meet, or like struggling thinking about diapers and things like that. Like, why do I feel like those are the reasons I have to do these things? And then we started getting like, well, like when things are happening, like she wasn't thinking about diapers and things like that at the time. Like, I'm forward thinking of as she's getting older, like going to do stuff or just having like money to do things essentially. Like I wanted to be there for her, like have her, if she like is stuck on something and I understand something, I wanted to do those things for her and to have that understanding and mind frame. And like us diving deeper into that, this was showing that I want to be the person that I wanted when I was her age, or when I was like coming up and going through stuff. So like, and just like really hitting that, and like to be honest, like I cried on that first time. Like, this is the first time we met. Like I really, dropped tears, like just getting out to the core of why I really wanted to get into this and dive into this space.
Yeah.
So, to feel that inner child feeling, I guess, from back then.
Yeah. That was so impactful for me because it was one of the times where I saw the light bulb go off on somebody. Right? Like we were sitting there talking and I asked you why you were doing this and you said, I'm doing this for my daughter. I was like, expound on that a little bit. And you said, this is what stood out to me. You said, man, I don't want her to have to worry about like if we got the money for formula and stuff like that. That struck me. I'm like, okay. So as you kept talking, I just kept digging. I'm like, well, where does that come from? Where did that come from? And then eventually you got to the point where you were like, man, I'm really just doing this for me. I was like, you know how I know that was the case? Because your daughter's 4 months old. She's not worried about having formula. The last thing on her mind is, can we afford to have formula?
Yeah.
That's not one of her things that she's worried about. That's something you're worried about, right? And so once we got to the bottom of that, it was like literally by the time we got off that call, I knew, I'm like, oh no, JB got it. Because you finally figured out that why you were doing this, and I was encouraging you, hey, yo, keep that at the front of your mind. Because it hurts, right? It hurts. And that pain is going to motivate you through the rest of this process, right? And so from there, you decided to jump into Course Careers and actually do it. So as you were going through the course, right? Were there any parts of the course that challenged you and made you uncomfortable, like in a good way?
Yeah, most definitely. I would definitely say like outreach to C-level executives.
C-suite.
Yeah, like just because kind of how we talked about, like some people get into this space and have like the imposter syndrome. Like it's like, man, I'm not supposed to be talking to these people. Like I don't really, know how they talk, or like know what, I don't want to come off like, I feel like you make yourself feel small. I made myself feel small before talking to these people, but it's like how you explain to me, they are regular people just like me and you. You can just straight up a conversation with them. Just talk to them like people. Like it just makes it easier. So at first, I definitely was uncomfortable with doing that.
Dope. What helped you get over that?
Doing it. Because like even like like me and you doing the practices, but even just actually like doing those outreaches, like making those LinkedIn connections, like messaging people, even like I found like a couple like phone numbers and stuff like that, like actually making the calls, or even practicing cold calls, like just it helps you get over it, especially like hyperbound, like practicing on there and then just actually doing it to real people. Like it's like you gotta do it. Like all this, like literally, you have to do the stuff to get where you want to be or get to what you see is going on. You gotta.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. What was the biggest motivating factor that keep pushing you through? Because I know you had some things that popped up during the time too. That was like setbacks. Life was lifing.
Yeah.
But you had to get through it. So how did you stay motivated throughout the course?
Man, I mean, just of course what we talked about before, like doing it for myself, to be that person. And like the things that was happening for me, like it happened again. I detoured off of life, if you could say. Like for example, like my mom, this is like 2021, she got sick with COVID. And once she was like it was at that time where you couldn't go visit in a hospital, like you couldn't speak to the person. Like she was on the coma, like we didn't speak to her for like months, mind you. I'm an only child, it's just me and my dad at the time. Like it's not like me and my dad, like, we good, but it's not like I don't know, it's hard to explain. But fast forward past that had happened and my life had just started to go awry. I wasn't focused no more, and I like kind of dug myself in a hole, you could say.
Gotcha.
Had to end up digging myself back out. So coming through course careers, she got sick again with COVID recently. So it just like trickling, getting that, and it was while I was like trying to finish this to get this cert. So it triggered me in back to that mindset. And I had to like, all right, am I going to go and go awry again or finish this and get to where I needed to get? And so that was like a big motivating thing for me to, man, just knock this out, get through that test, keep outreaching.
You not only did we do one-on-one coaching and mentorship, but you also came to some of our weekly workshops to be around the community. What role did that mentorship and that community play in helping you get through the course?
It was major. Just seeing like people who are in similar situations and different situations, like just seeing that, like, I'm an athlete, so seeing it's kind of like a team goal in a sense, but it's like everybody striving towards something. Like it's like that. It's like iron sharpening iron in a sense. Like it's that not competitive nature, but it's just like, all right, you seeing somebody else do it, I can do this too, or like,
yep,
I can get. So just having that camaraderie, weekly, and just like having those talks and seeing other people's backgrounds, and then like even I connect with a lot of people on LinkedIn as well. Like we speak and keep in touch and like congratulate each other on things like that. So. Like it helps a lot just having that community, like, because you don't feel like you're alone doing this. Like you get that vision of like, all right, it's a lot of people that's coming and trying to do this, a lot of people that's getting this done. Like it's different ways to do it. And you're seeing like, all right, if you outreach and do things the right way and just like ask the right questions and like, just connect with the right people, it gets you into that level of like just getting into this field. And that's the thing, like these doors opening, it helps tremendously.
Dope. So you go through course careers, you get your certificate. Now it's time to do the real test, which is get the job. What's that process like for you?
Short answer, you do the job to get the job. Long answer, that process is getting your cadence down, whatever that may be. Course careers give you different cadences to do it, like different plans to do it. So my biggest thing was like LinkedIn outreach helped tremendously. Like how we talked about, like, especially, but you have to have like your resume intact or like on point, like to say like, it's showing that's how you, like that's your intro as you how we talked in our one-on-one. Like Dre, like you give like exactly how you said that example that you can. Am I okay to give it?
Yeah, you good.
But like that's like the preview of your movie.
Yeah. And
how you're making yourself, you're the movie. Like you have to have that stuff intact. Like I have my resume on point. I'm sending that out, but I'm doing a LinkedIn outreach, just messaging them like the regular people. Hey, So you got a promotion, congrats on that, and just keeping the conversation going. Like, then that's how you're gonna have to be in the tech sales role. So it's just like you have to show the recruiters or the hiring manager that you're doing your job. And all my you do like I got some cold calls like speaking to people are like I got like 1 or 2 emails back, but LinkedIn was like the most major. And mind you, I was in my job for what, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So like I was getting like responsible, but you got to do the work or get the hour, like do your steps. Always have your follow-ups. Follow-ups help a lot. A lot of my connections, some people like, they'll see their phone, be on their phone and reply. Other people, you got to keep hitting them up. And that's really how I got into the role that I got into.
Dope.
Following up.
So
they even had a
role. You're doing the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing the job to get the job. And how long did it take you from the time that you graduated course careers to the time that you got your job offer?
So I'd say it's probably about like 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
So from graduation, because that was like the end of February, like beginning of March. So yeah, like 4 to 5 weeks, I want to say.
All right. So it took you 6 weeks to graduate course careers.
Yeah.
And another 6 weeks to land your job. Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say so. Yeah, once I start, it started like in January. Yeah, all this just happened this year in these 4 months. Yeah, like all this, like like this is
So we went from on the phone having a conversation about, I need to do something. I had to change my life. I had a daughter, and I'm stressing. I don't know what I'm going to do. To 12 weeks later, being a whole new career path. So essentially, you just got a brand new job. What is the pay like? What they talking about?
Yeah. So essentially, I doubled my salary, and then I do have a chance to make at least like 6 figures with OTE.
Let's go. That's no dope, bro.
Yeah.
So your daughter ain't worried about baby formula no more.
Things are a lot smoother. Yeah. That's year 1. Yeah, things are a lot smoother.
That's so dope, man. How did it feel when you signed that offer letter?
I was, for lack of a better term, I was geeked up. Like I was like hyped. Like I was grinning ear to ear just like this. Like that feeling is coming back right now. Like I don't know. Like it's like everything. Like a weight was lifted. Like not to sound because like a weight was lifted. I don't know. Like I had like more clarity. I felt like my mind was less like bogged down. Like I felt like relieved. If I could put in more, just relieved.
Relieved.
Sure. But it's
That's
like
a good word.
But that was just for the moment though. Because like now we gotta get back in, you know what I'm saying? Like still grind. Like that's why I got the job, because like I grinded. They want to see me still grinding. So
it was have an uncapped.
Yeah.
Have an uncapped commission to pull the best out of you if you somebody is competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You can go write your own check if you want to.
Yeah.
That's so dope, bro. That's so dope. So I guess this will be the last question I ask. I ask this to everybody, right? Because there's somebody out there who's listening to this right now who's in a position just like you were, right? So if you could go back to you in January, brand new baby, just heard about course careers, and you thinking about this, you're about to jump on a call with Coach Dre for the first time. What would you now tell that version of you?
When you get on this call, be prepared to listen to everything you say and just do it. Like, don't turn back, jump in and do it. Like, from after you get off that call, whatever y'all talk about and plan out, boots to the ground, go do it. Like, don't take no breaks. Like, don't get sidetracked, just knock it out. Just follow the plan. Like, follow the plan. Whatever y'all go over to get in order and see where you at and see what you need to get to, just follow the plan. I would just passionately tell myself that over, like, just follow the plan.
That's so dope.
That's
so dope, man. Just follow the plan. That's success leaves clues.
Yeah,
that's what somebody told me. Success leaves clues.
Yeah.
So, you are now a success clue to somebody else who's coming along that line. So man, I'm so proud of you, dog. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you, bro. Like to see that, I could genuinely see the relief on you from that first moment, bro. I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling. So yeah. I'm extremely happy for you. I can't wait to see what you do next. Yes, please keep me updated. What's something if you want the people to follow you, where you want them to follow you at?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm not on. You can follow me on LinkedIn right now. You know, I was off social media. I deleted like everything. I just trying to figure everything out. So I'm gonna be back on stuff in a minute. So yeah, just right now, just LinkedIn. Reach out to me. Yeah, we can take it from there.
For sure, LinkedIn is social media for professionals. That's what we are.
Yes,
sir. All right, JB, man, I'm gonna let you get out of here, but you know we got a motto we say. You know what it is. You know what we live by. And since you have earned this opportunity to be on this stage and share your story yourself, I'm gonna let you be the one to take it out. So you do the countdown. You tell the people. You break the huddle.
All right. All right, on 3, we're gonna get with it. On one. My bad. On 1. All right. 3, 2, 1. Don't play me, pay me. Cut the tech.
Cut the tech, you heard?
Don't play me, pay me. Cut the tech.
Thank you for checking out the Cut the Tech channel. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. I personally try to reply to each and every one of them. Now, if you want more information on how you can make a career pivot in 3 easy steps, please check us out at cutthetechworldwide.com. Get more information there. Lastly, check out this video right here that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy. And until the next time that we meet, remember the Cut the Tech motto: don't play me, pay me. Cut the tech. You heard?